Hi, I'm Tim. I'm the owner of House of Reptiles here in Tigard, Oregon. We get asked frequently to make more educational and informational videos, so we're going to start trying to do some of that. The thought we'd give it the first shot would be on setting up a snake enclosure, and there's enough to it that I think we're going to spread it out over 3 or 4 different videos. So this will be number 1, and we're going to talk briefly today about cage size and substrates. There are a lot of people who have opinions, however well formed or not, about how big the cage needs to be. Opinions generally can be divided into 2 categories. One is people think that the cage should be at least long enough for the snake to stretch down the width and the length. Other people talk about that if the snake is fully spread out, it ought to be able to form to get into a U and not touch itself in the cage. I think actually there's probably more to it than that. Thinner bodied snakes would do better in a cage that's maybe not quite as big than a thicker bodied snake would. More active snakes, diurnal snakes, probably need a little bit bigger enclosure than a slower, more lethargic snake would. So I think it's not quite as simple as that. It's generally thought to be better to err on the side of being a little bit too big than a little bit too small. If you have questions, do some research, be comfortable with your decision about the size of the enclosure that you use. Part of what's important about an enclosure, whatever kind it is that it be secure. We have customers who come in every year saying that my snake is gone, it pushed the books or the bricks that I had on top of the screen top off, and now it's gone, it's escaped. So you either need to have something that's secure, and in this particular brand it is incorporated with a sliding locking screen top, and there's even a place over here to put another lock on a screen top that sits on top of a cage. There are different kinds of clips that you can use to secure the screen top onto the cage, but whatever you use, you need to make sure that the top is on securely. If it's not, it's probably only a matter of time before the snake finds its way out. Substrates. There are many different kinds of substrates: newspaper, paper towel, dirt, cypress mulch, fir bark, sand, on and on, gravel, rocks, on and on and on. You can probably, if you know what you're doing, get away with using just about anything. Part of the issue is, though, that there are management issues associated with some more than with others. Pine and cedar are generally thought to give off toxic fumes and are not generally recommended to be used with snakes. Some are denser, like sand, and that should be taken into account with heating. If you're heating underneath, sand is going to let a little bit less of that get through than something that's more porous. How easy it is to clean, spot clean, the cost of it, all of those things should be taken into account. Generally speaking, we like aspen. We don't keep every snake on aspen, but we keep many of them on aspen. It's fairly naturalistic looking, it's easy to spot clean, it's relatively inexpensive, and if it's ingested, it's not going to cause any harm. So all of those things go into your decision about what substrate you want to use with your animal. But think about it, research it, and if you have any questions at all, you can always feel free to write, call, or come in the store and ask us your questions. We'll be happy to tell you what we know. Talk to you next time.